Hi, my name is Rich Rice. I'm at Texas Tech University. I get to work with you guys on the ePortfolio module. It's the best module ever because it gives you the opportunity to put together, reflect over the best and most applicable concepts that you have gleaned throughout the certification process. You definitely want to do an ePortfolio and complete this module because it helps you transfer the knowledge in a practical, applicable way and continue to grow. That's what we want, is for you guys to think about how to use concepts from all modules and move forward. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Portfolios are my thing. That was my dissertation years back, and I've worked on several books on portfolios. I'm very interested in reflection. I'm also interested in intercultural communication. I'm now wearing two hats. One is a professor of technical communication and rhetoric, and another is the director for the Center for Global Communication. I get to work with a lot of people across the world, which is really exciting and new for me. A little bit nervous about that and how that's going to proceed. I start this year on that. Been working for about 3 years with this project on portfolios, and I'm part of an assessment team that looks at your reflection in different ways. I love books. I'm an editor of the Perspectives in Writing series with the WAC Clearinghouse, and would welcome speaking with you on publication of any ideas that you have, maybe with GSOLE, publishing in GSOLE or elsewhere. When I say I like books, I have a barn full of books. Something like 30,000 books are in the barn. Just a kind of a pastime more than anything. But a lot of fun, and a strange thing about myself is I can remember book covers. Like if you say any book title of those 30,000 or so, there's a good chance that I'll know what color it is or what's on the cover. I don't know why, but that's kind of an interesting thing for me to experience sometimes. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and long to get back there. We're the best bookstore in the world. Powell's Bookstore is there. We have actually a place to go to in Portland. My family's there, and so I go to visit them frequently. Do a lot of online work as a result because I'm in multiple places all the time. But and I have, let's see, I wanted to tell you about my ridiculous collection of stray dogs. Now I have 4, and it's beginning to be a lot to manage. I live out in the country, and so unfortunately we find strays pretty often. And we have 2 cats, a couple of birds. It's like Noah's Ark in our house. And my wife is in comparative literature. She's from India, which is really why I got into intercultural communication when I think about it. And we regularly teach in India and China and other places, and get we have a lot of fun experiences doing that, and then figuring out ways to connect virtually classes across cultures through online opportunities. So you can see the connections between portfolios, which are selected collections of work, and intercultural communication and online communication, and how these things sort of fit into my lifestyle, which is pretty, I'm all over the place with a lot of different things and people and locations. I talk a lot about the sort of the expanded rhetorical triangle, which I think is useful in thinking about a portfolio in particular. So we're familiar with reader, writer, and text. In a world gone global, in a world gone electronic, in addition to reader, writer, and text, we must always think about location and modality. And those 5 points make up an expanded rhetorical triangle that are really relevant in your work in the module. So something to consider, but keep the communication lines open. Think about your artifacts you might want to include throughout every module that you're working on. Capture your reflection as you go. Maybe keep a separate journal, things like that, that you can copy and paste into so that you can show us along the way, a year later or however long later that you're working on your portfolio, what you were thinking at the time and how you've developed and grown in that thinking. That'll be useful. And think about it in terms of what you can show your colleagues, and maybe as a way to get a job. That's happened in years past in this program. Or, you know, how it will help you show your students where you're coming from, what your philosophy of teaching is, and I think you'll go a long ways that way. Happy to chat with you throughout different modules, because the module I'm working with you on will be, you know, sort of inclusive of all of those other modules. So feel free to email me if you have questions that you'd like another perspective on. And you can find my contact information through the certification program. So looking forward to working with you, and I look forward to checking out your inclusive introductions and videos as well. All right, thank you.